So in this one we look at some changes coming to the Arena Commander race mode. Some huge changes coming for the bad people in the verse. And a little bit of information regarding vehicle customization. I just want a toasty machine. Is it that hard to ask? Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Break and welcome to From the Verse, where I run over some Star Citizen news. So let's get into it. So we still have no 3.18 news. We just know it's 2 months late from CIG's original date that they wanted to get it out, but as players we still haven't heard anything from them. Which is leaving players a little bit frustrated and a little bit in the dark. And this isn't something that the veterans of Star Citizen aren't used to. This is happening all the time, but it's been quite good recently, and I think we need to keep up the updates regarding 3.18 because a lot of people are obviously hyped up for that one. There's only been one patch this week, which was for the PTU, which is fixing some back-end crashes, fixes, player beacons, wreckages, and of course the elevator issues, things like that. So there's nothing major from that one. So what do we know? Well, there is progress happening. First up, there's some work being done on the Arena Commander race mode. It will be getting a full overhaul with better checkpoints, a race manager system, scoring improvements, and a complete rework of the current Horizon Speedway map, and a brand new map as well, which of course is the Snake Pit. I still haven't visited that, need to do that, but these won't be coming till 3.19, but they do say it's on track, and it will be good to see it, but let's face it, you know, before 3.19 is 3.18, and as I just said, that's more up in the air than the International Space Station. Next up, we have some info regarding the more criminal PvP side of Star Citizen. Last week's ISC, which is the devs update videos on YouTube, which I'll link in the description below. The video was titled Doing Time. Now it basically tells us why they want to update the station called Correa, as they say here.
In its heyday, Correa used to be this big central hub for PvP,
which has multiple entrances and exits and is just perfect for that kind of gameplay.
When we added the UGFs and added some of the security depots where you could go and hack away your crime stat, kind of took away from Correa's unique PvP draw.
And we've decided that we want to give players a taste of what Correa used to be like.
Now I came to the game way too late to see all this fun and games for myself, but apparently this was a hot zone of player activity and a real space clusterfuck of lasers, and that actually sounds rather damn cool. So I think they're trying to bring that back to the players, bring the players back to the station to clear crime stats. You can get drugs from there, like a little mini jump town, and obviously the bounty hunters will be going to the same station to go after the naughty players. But here's what we got from the CIG employees regarding the changes inside and outside of the old station.
However, now, if you approach Correa, you're going to immediately notice Crusader has moved in at this point.
They're going to be using this facility as it was intended. And the way they're doing this, and we're doing this to hopefully entice PvP at this location, is we're firstly beefing up the exterior security of Correa.
You will be met with new online turrets that will not be too happy with you arriving.
It's now going to be even harder for people to approach and land. When you get there to land, you might find some enemies on the landing pad to thwart your infiltration of Correa. When you're inside Correa, there'll be Crusader security all around that you'll have to take out if you want to use that station. After killing a few of them, a security chief will spawn.
Now, if you take this guy down and you look around, he will have a security code on him.
You can take his datapad off, operate his terminal, and then start this contraband dispenser.
It's a device that goes into Correa's storage facility and pulls up contraband that was deposited by the law enforcement.
And the great thing about that is obviously we've got some highly valuable drugs in the game. We're making even more highly prohibited and expensive goods, as well as scrap. Just we'll throw some worthless rubbish in there, so it's an absolute gamble.
You'll still be able to wipe your crime stat there. That is always going to be wanted at Correa. But the new thing we've done is we've removed the UGF crime stats. You will no longer be able to go to a UGF to wipe it.
Obviously, that's going to focus criminals and like law enforcement, those who roleplay law enforcement, into that area. But we decided that still wasn't enough. We'd been looking for a way to give players their first ever kind of player-triggered mission.
When this location goes under attack, which is when a certain amount of the AI that are defending the location are killed, and broadcast will be put out to all bounty hunters, anyone who is a lawful player, to come to this location and remove the threat at that location.
So this will be the sole way to clear your crime stat, as they want to remove the other places you can go to do that at the moment. With the Crusader security now back inside Correa, however, you'll have to take them out, and when you do, obviously that would raise your crime stat, just for you to try and lose a lower crime stat. So it does seem a little bit odd, so I don't know what they're going to do to make it a bit more fair. Maybe if you've got a level 2 crime stat, you don't have to go deep into the station to clear it, whereas the level 5 crime stat guy would have to go all the way to the end, kill a boss or something. But I don't know what they've got planned. Maybe the satellites in that area are taken down so you don't further your crime stat as far as it already is, so you don't go in as a level 1 or 2 crime stat and come out as level 10. But we'll see what they're doing with that. It's going to be a kind of wait out situation on that one. All of this may end up with you in prison, of course. Now they're looking at changes to the prison, which will give us more way to earn merits and obviously get the hell out of Dodge. Listen to this.
We also wanted to provide more sandbox opportunities for earning merits. So some of you have noticed there's stashes dotted around the tunnels.
They can contain items that you could have bought previously from the vending machine. And they can also find themselves contraband items like prison shivs. We're looking at ways to have a system where players can bring back contraband and other prison wanted items and be rewarded for it.
We also want to investigate adding a reward for players taking out violent inmates. This will help clean the prison up and stop them from causing a ruckus, and it will also provide, the model prisoners more ways to legally and preferably pay off their crimes to society. In a certain depth, in a certain cave, we're adding what is known as a black spot, where outside entities can contact you and ask you to do work inside of the prison.
In doing so, they will be rewarded very handsomely.
It's always great when we get to revisit locations and missions after getting player feedback, and this won't be the last of updates you'll find in the prison experience.
It all sounds pretty cool. The black spot, where you can grab a mission from a dodgy geezer on the outside to kill a guy on the inside, is pretty damn cool. And there's some awesome ideas that they've got knocking around regarding the prison gameplay. Let me know what you think about Correa and the prison changes in the comments, as I'd love to hear your opinions on these, especially if you were back in the old days when Correa was that hot zone that they were talking about. CIG put out a question and answer video regarding the ships in the game, and there was a fair bit to talk about, such as the caterpillar and how the doors are meant to act as lifts, so they'll come open, close, but also drop down to the floor for the cargo, and obviously they aren't there yet with that, and apparently it's proven rather difficult to get that done. Also, a lot of people's favourites, the Mercury Star Runner, or MSR, and they're looking at getting another access door on it, which I think it does need, but obviously there's some thought needs to go into that regarding the placement, etc. Personally, I think there's quite a bit of room at the front there, that they could have it drop down, but again, we'll have to see what they come up with the MSR, but I think it definitely could do with a nice little entrance or exit. Vehicle customization regarding interior things such as furniture, coffee makers, etc. It's all waiting for the server meshing that's coming, and apparently that's going to help be able to place things in your ship and it will stay there. It's going to help with the furniture and they'll stay there indefinitely, that's what they said. Ship landing assistance, apparently they used to have this and it's something they want to bring back to the game, so it will give people more of an idea of what's happening below. and the distances between obviously the floor, the ground, the obstacles, anything near you, etc. So hopefully the guys who park like this can finally slide into a hangar pretty easily. There's a lot they talk about, and again I'll link their video in the description if you want to go and have a look at that in detail. As always, please let me know what your thoughts are on these changes in the comments below. I do enjoy making these videos, these newsworthy Star Citizen videos, and it means I get to learn a lot more about the game as well and its progress, and hopefully obviously give something back to you guys who haven't heard a few bits. So thank you very much for watching, and if you did get something from this, then please obviously drop a like or consider subscribing if you want to see more to help the channel out. And of course, join the Discord to jump into some hot Star Citizen chatter. Take care, guys, and I will catch you in the next one.